Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest. Today we have from Providence, Rhode Island, Chantel P. Walls, and she is an author. She's a new author, and her book is called The Perfect Image of an Imperfect World, and I believe that is you on the cover.
Yes, it is.
Am I right? Different hairdo, but this is her. Chantel, when did you start writing the book?
This book was actually written completely finished back in 2015.
Yeah.
But it's over time a collection of short stories and poems, but it was finalized in 2015.
What made you decide to get into the poetry? Have you always been a poet?
Yes, I've always loved poetry. I grew up with it. Writing has always been a big component in my life. It stemmed from my grandmother. And she was an educator, so, you know, she really allowed myself and my sister to explore ourselves in creativity. And so I used to sit, write short stories with her, play the keyboard with her, poetry, and just, you know, she gave me dozens of journals to just do whatever I wanted.
Did you grow up here in New England?
No, I did not. I'm from New York.
Ah, right there in Manhattan?
Queens.
Oh, you have lived a very brave life.
Thank you.
When did you move over here to Rhode Island?
I came to Rhode Island in 2009 for school. I went to Johnson & Wales University.
Oh, so you're a chef too?
Not a chef.
What did you study?
Business. I studied business.
They have business at Johnson & Wales?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
yep.
okay.
Not just culinary. A lot of people just thought that it was culinary. The culinary campus is like bigger, and that's what Johnson & Wales is known for on all the campuses. But they have
a business section.
They had a business section and technology.
2 year or 4 year, Chantel?
4 year.
So you did the whole 4 years?
I did all 4 years.
Did you know you were going to be a writer after?
No.
You didn't?
No.
So you graduated. You had your degree in business.
Yes.
Now what did you want to do?
At that point, it's really interesting because I didn't want to do business at all. I wanted to go for medicine.
I can see you.
I wanted to go for medicine, but at the time, funds were not allocated for that to happen. And, you know, you can take a business degree anywhere in almost any field and kind of do that. So when I saw that Johnson & Wales had business and the entrepreneurship sector, I was like, okay, might as well do that.
Yeah, sure.
And it was close to New York, close to home, close to my family. So
your family was based in New York?
Yes.
In Queens?
Yes.
And you... and you came out to Rhode Island.
Yes.
You obviously lived on campus.
I lived on campus for my freshman and sophomore year.
I didn't know you could live it. Actually, you could dorm it over at Johnson Wales, but you can.
Yeah.
At one point we were thinking about my son going over there. He loved to cook. At 13, 14, I suggested, why don't you volunteer up at, there's a restaurant in Worcester. It's not there anymore, but it was a very, very nice Italian type of restaurant or whatever. And he, just a kid, they took him in. They let him volunteer in the kitchen.
Oh, nice.
This type of thing. So we all thought maybe he was going in that way.
No.
He loves poetry. All right, so now we're getting to it. You took the entrepreneurial type of thing. Then what happened?
And then I graduated and had no idea what I wanted to do.
I didn't either.
It was really hard because, yes, you have the business background, but it's like, you know, what people don't tell you when you're graduating is that you don't get a job in your field right away.
No.
And while, yes, the education is good, it's just you have to struggle to kind of climb your way up. So right from college, I started in the public school system working with children, and I've kind of just done it working
What if you were teacher's assistant?
I was an assistant program site coordinator for the after school program with Cranston Public Schools.
I can see you working with children. I can see that. That'd be the humanitarian type of, so you stuck with that for how long?
For a while.
Yeah.
I worked about three jobs, right? You know, just because now at this time I have my own place. Had roommates, of course, but now I'm like trying to build myself up. And at that time with entrepreneur, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a daycare.
So you opened a daycare?
I didn't open a daycare, but that's what my business plan was in.
Yeah.
And so I just stuck with continuing working with children, which led to youth and families, and so that's been my career path.
So now you still work in that field?
Yes.
With the children?
Mm-hmm.
What age group?
It varies. You know, in the school you can start with the little ones all the way up to 18, 21.
That's a thing. You've got a whole smorgasbord of ages there. I mean, one can start to be lazy, then by the time they hit preteen, and then teen.
Oh my goodness.
Finally, you see them on their way out at 18,
yes.
right? How long have you been doing it?
Progressively about 3 years.
You like it?
I do.
So when do you find time, Chantel, to write? When do you find time?
At night.
Oh, you're a night owl.
I am.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. I for one, I do not like getting up in the morning.
Oh, whoa!
Like, if I have to, of course I have to. But I am not a morning person.
I bet your school was rough for you too.
Oh my goodness!
Like it. Mom would get me up at 6 o'clock, and I think to ease the pain, she would make sure that breakfast was on the table to make sure I ate something.
Oh my gosh!
I hate it.
I ate when I got to school. If that, because we used to go to the corner store and get breakfast sandwiches. Yeah. But my mom left it to me a lot of time to wake myself up, and I was on time, of course, but came college and having to get up, and that was something different.
I remember when I went to college, I had to live in the dorm, and it was so, I thought it was hard in high school. Now you're on your own and grown up, and now you really don't have mom around to say, get out of bed.
There's nobody to make your breakfast. There's nobody to wake you up. Like, oh my
They had great breakfast there, though. I sometimes went twice. It was so good the first time, I might go back again late morning.
Right.
It was really good. All right, back to her word. The perfect image of an imperfect world. Where did you get the title for this? What made you think of it?
Oh my gosh. So I finished this manuscript. I finished the manuscript for this book we're talking 2015 now. The manuscript was put together in 2016. And it was actually from my pastor who said, I started doing a lot of my spoken word in church. And that's when I started going back to church again. Yeah. So I was reintroduced to God and my faith and building my relationship with God. Yeah. And so I had all this newness flowing inside of me, and I needed to get these words out. Yeah. And so once the manuscript was put together, I had no title. I was like, what do I want to call this? And there was like a really good friend of mine in church, and she was speaking this day, and I absolutely love her. She was speaking, and she was just giving a good word, a good message, and just saying you are enough. Like, God chose you, and you're enough. Right. And so at that moment I was like, perfection, who's the perfect image of this world that we're in? Like, and one faith-based is God, but the way we see ourselves is we have to see ourselves as, yes, we're flawed, but we're still beautiful. Yeah. So, around our societies and what we're going through and our situations and circumstances, you still have to see yourself, I am worthy enough, I am chosen, I am good enough, I am beautiful. So that's what really inspired the title.
It says, Perfect Image of an Imperfect World is a faith-based book of poetry purposed to be a beacon of light and life to all who experience it. Now, I went through these. Now, could you read Peace of Mind to us? It's on page 21. Yeah,
it's crazy. I don't even remember what pages.
I love it. Wait till you hear this. I'm going to let her read it because I love page 21.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Peace of mind. I smile because I'm happy. A glow within me has arrived. I am more than what you see on the outside. My beauty comes from the inside. Simplicity makes me unique. I'll set myself apart from the rest. For this person that is before you has the knowledge of the struggle, but my smile emulates the meaning of true happiness. For this is my peace of mind.
How long do you think it takes you to write a beautiful poem like that?
Oh, forever.
Really?
I feel like it takes me ages, because there's some pieces in here that I felt like, well, it's either too long or it's too short. I didn't think it was good enough. I just didn't, I really took my time in putting together the layout of it and sectioning it off and how I wanted each piece to say. And every reader that comes in contact, with the book, what did I want this to mean to them?
Sure.
So some of them it took me legit maybe 2 hours. Others it might have taken me 2 weeks.
So you work all day, full time.
Yes.
You come home, have your dinner, and then you write way into the night?
I'll write to my heart's content, and it's in my most vulnerable times that I feel the most creativity. So yeah, I'll write when I'm feeling good and upbeat, but a lot of the times it has been when I'm just feeling like I'm down. God, I don't know what to do, and I'll write my prayers to God too. And as I'm praying, I'm getting some of this. I'm writing a lot of this. So
now, I have a question for you. Did you have open heart surgery?
No.
There is a beautiful poem here. What made you think of this?
Open heart surgery was one of those pieces. It's one of my favorite pieces. A lot of times I forget it, but not that I forget about it, but I forget the true meaning of it sometimes. Yeah. It talks about just renewal, and the heart is such a vulnerable place. Our heart is the center. It gives us life. It pumps blood into us. Yeah. And so everything you do comes from your heart. So
it's sort of what do they call it? It's a different take on what we would think of as open heart surgery.
Right.
Would you read it to us?
Yeah, it's
a little bit long, but that's okay.
A little bit long.
We're talking with Chantel Walls. Before we get going, Chantel, how can they reach you if they'd like to get your book?
I do have my website, www.chantelwalls.com, and you can purchase it right on my website, or you can email me at wallschantel2@gmail.com.
Do you have any gigs coming up?
As of right now, I don't. A lot of them, during the summer, I did. So everything's kind of dying down now, but hopefully I'll have some. I'll be doing some.
All right, open heart surgery. She's going to read this for us, page 91. I'm glad you explained this, because I just, you got to read it. Go ahead.
This table is hard, but here I am, laying on this cold slab of metal, unconscious, and not having control over what my body feels. These drapes covering what I don't want to see. Oxygen being pumped inside of me. I'm prepped for open heart surgery. My heart damaged and weakened, no longer able to sustain the pressure that it's under. Each time my heart pumped of love, I was stabbed by those I thought I could trust. Making it hard to breathe, my lungs seemed to fail me. Every expansion of my lungs, my chest pains of deceit take over. My pulse is racing, my head feels light. My arms are getting heavy. I'm having a heart attack. Coming on suddenly, and I really wasn't expecting it. My heart weakened more by the lies you have told and the love never shown. This heart can no longer pump the same. The arteries are much too weak. Clogged with all types of stress, giving chance after chance, my heart can't physically do what my mind wants to. So many circumstances seem to attack the heart. Misinterpretations of love, hurt, and deceitfulness. Untrustworthiness, dishonesty, and lack of self-worth seem to have attacked my heart the worst. Pain is way too much to stay away. I slip into unconsciousness. They said the damage was irreversible. Life can no longer go on. My heart was dead. While unconscious, something is happening. I feel a force taking form I can't really explain. a spiritual light that I have never imagined before. See, people view it as they have broken you so bad you can't overcome. But God is my ultimate surgeon. He is performing my surgery. He's not going to replace my heart with a new one, but instead give me renewal. He is suctioning out all the blood of hurt that initially stabbed me. Next, He is repairing the wounds and the walls of my heart by helping me believe in Him. Helping me to learn forgiveness. Even though it hurts, it is part of the process. Clearing my arteries of stress, casting all my burdens onto Him. He begins to take me off bypass and let His work be seen. I can feel my heart begin to beat. I no longer feel shortness of breath. His words implanted in my heart forevermore. Now recovery time begins. Will I pour into others so they don't undergo the same hurt or pain? He has opened new opportunities that I could not see. I have regained my strength indeed, and I will proceed. Once this surgery happened, I can no longer allow the same things to attack me. I can't allow the same people to stab me in my chest. My God, my surgeon, won't allow that open heart surgery. Open heart surgery, such a painful procedure to undergo, letting go of the old to bring in the new. He hurts the way we hurt because we hurt each other, but He does this procedure to give a new beginning, a life beyond our wildest dreams. And once you believe, I have faith with a renewed heart. I live a life where I can breathe again. There may be some blocked arteries along the way, but God will clear them out of your path. You have to forgive all the hurt and attacks on the heart by others. I allow God to open my heart. I now live a life where I know my self-worth. I allow God to open up my heart. I now live a life where I made it through my adversaries. I allow God to perform my open heart surgery. Will you allow Him to do yours too?
Amazing. The message here, as people hear it, and you're picturing literally, that's what I thought at first. Oh, this girl has had open heart surgery. And she was laying there on the table and she was getting ready for it. But then, like you just said, it's what's the word? The synergism? What is it? There's a word that means you're getting it across in a different kind of way.
Right.
In other words, turning your life around and your heart. It's almost as if really, Chantel, like you had open heart surgery, physically had it done.
Mm-hmm.
When did you think of this idea? How'd that come up?
That was when I was going through a forgiving process.
Yeah.
'Cause again, like a lot of this it's related, to my past experiences, but I feel others where we all carry this hurt, this same pain, and we've been hurt by others so much that you can't sleep at night. Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is that when people hurt us or when we're hurt by others, they don't realize that they've hurt us, and they're not losing sleep. We're the ones losing sleep. So you have to forgive. It's not only is it required because God forgives us, but it sets you free. You don't feel this heaviness of burden or any you have to be able to move on.
There's a good saying that I learned: let go or be dragged. Let go and let whatever your higher power is.
Yes, let go and let God.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. Do you have a plan for another book coming up?
Right now, I of course do. I'm continuously writing. I have so many ideas that I just want to release out, to the world. Right now, I'm focused on just getting this message to others, and from people that I've seen face to face or through messaging, and they're like, this changed my life. This book. They've connected with a lot of pieces that really spoke to them, and I'm so humbled that it brings such a beacon of light. Yeah. It brings such hope, and that's what my purpose for it was.
You can tell. You light up, it's all over your face.
Thank you.
Chantel, we are talking with Chantel Walls, and she's the author of The Perfect Image of an Imperfect World. What a lot of great poetry. Where have you appeared? Where have you been?
I have done a lot of vending events, mainly in Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.
So I just did an event not too long ago on Martha's Vineyard.
Oh, you went to the vineyard. How'd you like the boat ride?
Oh my gosh, it was really nice,
Yeah.
really relaxing. There was
You didn't feel...
No,
I did.
It was big.
Oh.
It was bigger, so I felt really good by
Maybe
that.
it was the water that day. But they kept telling me, look at the horizon, I'm like, that's not helping.
Well, when I went on the top, because they had the concession food stand and everything, I said, okay, no, I have to go back down.
Yeah.
It was a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But I was a panelist for an event that one of my contacts had on Martha's Vineyard, and it was amazing. And it was an entrepreneurial, women, and they had panelists there. We were answering questions about entrepreneurship, but also about the passion that comes with being able to speak with others in society.
How did they hear about you to get you scheduled for that?
So I actually met, her name was Camilla Avant. I'm so sorry I put her name out there, but I had to. She was amazing. I met her at a Toast event, one of the very first events I vended at when my book first came out. And she was part of this New England association for advertising, marketing, and things like that. So that's how I met her. And then she was already planning this event, and she reached out, she put it on Facebook that she needed panelists, and I saw it, and I was like, I would like to be a part of it. I just reached out directly to her.
And that was it?
And that was it.
So now where else have you been?
So I have done another television appearance.
Yeah. In Providence, right?
In Providence, yeah. And on public access television as well. And so it aired all throughout August. And when it actually aired, I had a friend that reached out to me and said, "You're on TV," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Definitely.
And I received so much love and just.
Do you go to any libraries or bookstores?
I have done a library. Bookstores, I'm on my way getting
You're
into.
learning,
So I'm still learning the ropes and who to reach out to. But I have been in Woonsocket Public Library, where Aria did.
So you know Steve Porter?
Yes.
We've had Steve on. He is the president of the ARIA. I know it's the Rhode Island Association of Rhode Island
Authors,
and he has the bookstore Stillwater.
Yes.
Have you been there?
I have been to see it. I haven't really gotten a chance to.
He's been on the show. I think quite a few authors from Rhode Island have been sent over here via ARIA.
Yes.
So that's how you got to know him.
Yes.
Did you find him or did he find you?
No, I found him.
You found the group?
I found the group.
Do they meet in Providence?
They meet in Coventry. It's they have a monthly meeting when you're a part of the association. Mm-hmm. But I came across the association because they were doing a public open fair event, and it was on a Saturday. I had nothing to do. I saw it on Facebook. Yeah. And I was doing my research, and I was like, I went there to see what it was about, and lo and behold, it was Aria, and I signed up right there on the spot, and I've made so many amazing connections with Aria and amazing people, amazing authors, talented. It's such a wonderful opportunity.
So you mentioned that was over the summer, but you haven't got anything scheduled yet for.
Not as of yet. Hopefully, I'll be doing my fall calendar really soon. But
Chantel, how can people get your book?
Again, you can go to my website, www.chantelwalls.com, and purchase it directly there, or you can find it on Amazon and Barnes & Noble as well. It's both there. Or you can reach out to me directly, and I will be happy to send you a personalized signed copy.
Now, are you going to be donating that downstairs to the Upton, at the Upton Library, at the dedicated authors wall? I think some people don't even know it's there. when you go into the Upton Library, go down the stairs, go in the door. Instead of going right to the desk on your right, go to the left and down over at the side. It's the author's wall, and I would say almost all of the authors have been on the show.
Wow.
I mean, and that's not all the books either. I mean, through the years, I don't think they could possibly put all the books up.
Right.
Yeah, definitely, that's a good place to. It's a great way to get known too.
Yes.
People, if they borrow your book, terrific. Then all it has to do is affect one person, and then it gets.
And that it's just one.
Yeah.
That's all I want. I want it to. This is for youth. This is for women. This is for all walks of life. It's not specified to just one specific talk. This is for everyone.
Sure.
And through my experiences in these words, I want people to picture themselves in that, and in my shoes.
Your family must be proud of you, huh? What do they think of you?
Oh, I had a book signing. So I did have a book signing when it first came out in March. And it was the plethora of people was, and it was one of those things where people can come in and out. But it was filled, like, I was overwhelmed with joy that, like, I had no idea that so many people.
It's a surprising thing.
It is.
There's so many places you can get. You're just starting out too, and you think you might have another one coming up. You might, right?
Oh, this is not where it stops.
That picture of you is amazing.
Thank you.
Really?
Oh, that day was my friend actually did the the photos for that, and when I say everything that could have gone wrong day,
was it snow on the ground?
No, that was actually at an open park in Rhode Island.
Okay.
And it's I can't think of the name of it right now, but so that's by the water.
Okay. Well, Chantel, this is great. Let me know when the new book comes out.
Absolutely.
It's been great to have you. She got a little lost down in the Uxbridge area coming up. And then she thought our building was the old church building here in the town common.
I'm not a New Englander.
That's okay. We accept Queens visitors. We'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for having me.